themselves, learned, made many mistakes. What you see here is just one of those many mistakes that I have made. But in all those mistakes, what I've realized is that if we just let the child be, that if we really understand that children have a capacity to learn and a willingness to learn, it takes away a lot of pressure off our heads. We as parents, we literally carry this invisible weight on our shoulders and on our heads, saying, are we the best parent for our children? Are we doing enough? I'm sure many of you have, in order to seek an admission here, have had to have arguments or wage wars back home to explain why this school in the corner of some bloody Vaishnavi circle and all of that, and why this established standard CBSE schools. Why this? Some of you may have faced this, some of you may not have. But this is just to tell you that I hear you all. That I know what is it to be that parent. I know what is it to be that mother. I know what is it to raise a child and not be very sure of where this is headed. But once we take that pressure off, life is so easier. First for ourselves, and hence and only hence for our children. Till we carry that pressure, our children carry it. And if you've come here, if you've trusted us with your children, all I ask from you is to trust us wholeheartedly. Believe me, we've spent the last year, not just last year, we've spent all these years learning and upgrading and understanding ourselves, but last year particularly so, because it gave us ample opportunities to relook at why we are in the classrooms, when the classrooms were those small little icons. We have relooked at our own priorities, we have upgraded ourselves, learning everything from differentiated instructions to multiple intelligences to anything and everything under the sun. Our team has been busy just knowing the child better. Children need a different understanding of the world. Believe me, many of them must be starting school for the first time. And they are starting school in a virtual world. They are starting school in the most unprecedented times the past century has seen. And in times like these, if we use the same yardstick that our parents did or that conventional world seeks out of us, it is unfair. It is unfair to you as a parent. It is unfair to that child. So let us, the teachers whom you entrusted with your children, let us do our jobs. Have faith. If we falter, point it out to us. We are all humans. But don't worry, your children are in safe hands. We are here to take care of them. बहुत कुछ अच्छा होगा, कुछ बुरा होगा. But at the end of the day, the journey will be worth living. And believe me, this girl whom you see here, when I started to look for her pictures of her 3-year-old, I was literally overwhelmed. Today she has grown up. She's almost as tall as me. And I miss her. Years pass by so soon, your children will grow up and you will miss these days. So rather than fuss about her handwriting not being proper, usko abhi A likhna nahi aaya, aa jayega. Believe me, in this world, children come pre-fed, pre-installed with ABC and 1, 2, 3. We as teachers have to spend very little time doing that. What we have to spend time doing is to create self-awareness, is to create confidence, to learn to be with each other. So, as we do our jobs, you continue to do your jobs. That means, leave us alone, read our emails, answer when we call, and the rest, be happy. I had a parent once who said that she used to be in Australia and they had no, say, homework and not much of, say, school exams and all of that. And that Indian parent just couldn't wrap her head around this. No homework आता है, no exam होती है, तो मतलब मुझे पता ही नहीं क्या हो रहा है. But in pandemic, she got to see the school inside out. And then she's like, नहीं school में बहुत कुछ होता है. So this is just to tell you that if you don't receive enough homework, please don't worry. Homework is not the yardstick of how children study. But yeah, we'll be working towards it. It's a long journey, and we'll make sure that it's a worthwhile one. And we have an amazing set of teachers. Everyone who's here for the love of the child more than anything else. They're not here just because of their degrees or because of a certain language that they speak. They are here because they have a heart for that tiny tot who's here. If you see our staff room chatter, it is most of the time about what that child did and what made them smile that day. It is about the love that we bring to this campus, and it is about the love that those children bring for us. And with that, I want Pooja to start talking about the rest, but there's one particular thing that I would like to share with you, literally brag about it. This year, as I said, we spent a lot of time learning, and we've created, as a team, these very teachers, they've turned into graphic designers, and they have created their own workbooks. So these workbooks, while they are in print at this moment, these workbooks, we looked at a lot of them and we found that what our children deserve is not something that's available as we wanted. So we spent the last few months just creating these workbooks. All our children will be getting them, and it's a labor of love. It's something that we've seen what is required for them today, and that's how this comes about. And if anything, the teachers deserve a loud clap for this. With that, I hand over the mic to Pooja, and we'll be here in case you have any questions or anything. Just a note to me, enjoy your child's childhood, it won't come back. No amount of money, health, anything won't bring it back. Re-looking at Insta photos definitely won't bring it back. So, yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Good morning again. I am Pooja Nair. I am the instruction leader at Dgis. I'll take you through the journey of how the year looks like today. So we have the parents here. We are all a set of new parents who have joined us this year, ranging from LKG to grade 2. So the detailed presentation will be done in June when we reopen. So you'll be having an orientation then. They will be taking you through the entire curriculum of your particular grades. But right now it's an overview of how LKG to grade 2 will look like. Why Ggis? You've chosen, when you came here, I'm sure Hiral and Tulsi might have taken you around the school, talked about what the USPs are. But there are some things which we would want to reiterate to you, which we brag about, why we are so unique, why we are uniquely Ggis. The first thing is thinking routines. In many schools, and even as adults, we believe that thinking is something which is a natural ability a person has. Thinking सिखा नहीं सकते. It's not a teachable skill. But scientifically, thinking is something which can be taught to children. The more exposure you give children about problem solving, about getting out of some situations without an adult getting involved in that, these exploration, these experiences helps the child to develop thinking. We at Dgis make sure that we're giving them such ample opportunities where they are getting time to think, to test them to see if it works, it does not work, and then proudly accept the outcome of whatever they are doing. So there are multiple activities planned, thinking routines, they happen timetable with our children over here, and they have amazing outputs. Second one is differentiated instructions. Can we all wear a same size of dress? Will we all fit in one size of dress? No, right? We all have different sizes. Similarly, children have different learning readiness. If we have one curriculum common for all children, say this is how I will teach ABCD, and we expect our children to learn it that way, do you think it is fair? What should be done? Why do we have designers? Why do they take measurements? It can be customized. Do you think learning has to be customized? Yes, that is what exactly we do. We customize the learning. Last year we have taken this time out to learn about differentiated instructions, wherein we understand how different children have different readiness levels of learning. So how do you change the product? How do you change the process? How do you change the content of what you are teaching to the child, so that the child is moving from whatever point they are at and going to a satisfactory distance ahead, crossing the journey. The next is 7 habits. Is anyone aware of the 7 habits? 7 habits of the highly effective people. We've read those books. Great. We at Ggis, for children, we've taken 7 habits of happy kids. It has interesting characters through which children learn these 7 habits, and not just learn, they also implement them in their daily routines. Dgis Gym. We have a fabulous program of Dgis Gym where we have equipments which helps children develop different kinds of motor skills. They will be having it as part of their curriculum here, and they'll be exploring the same. 360-degree learning. When we talk about 360-degree learning, it is not only about, say, learning ABCDs or learning blend sounds or phonic sounds. It is about developing character also. So all the other aspects that we have, like DI or TLIM, helps us build the content as well as character for the child. So when you receive a child back after, say, so many years from us, the child is not only intelligent, but he'll also have attributes like kindness, empathy. That is what is required in today's world. Blend of play and rigor. Do we remember our school days? When did we go out of the classrooms? Break time. When else? Sports sessions. Did we learn, say, mathematics in the playground? Can we learn mathematics in the playground? Yeah? Your kids will come back home and tell you about that. Yeah? How they learned about measurement by measuring, say, the football ground or the badminton arena that they have here. Creating independent and autonomous learners. How many of us want independent children? All of us. How many of us work towards that? We do? Okay. How many of us don't feed our children, we let them eat alone? I'm glad we have such numbers, right? But most of the time, it's our convenience because of which we don't let our kids to be independent. We want to finish things. Kitchen saaf karna hai. I need to wind up my kitchen so that you eat fast. We don't let them eat. And when they come here, ma'am, roti ke chote pieces tod ke do, please. Yeah. But they can. We underestimate our children to a great extent. Age has nothing to do with competency. If you give them the chance, if you give them the opportunity, you will be amazed how beautifully they can prove you wrong. And we'll be the happiest parents to see that we are proven wrong. Yeah? So we want kids to be autonomous learners. They choose how they want to learn. If we have different stations set up in the classrooms, it is not mandatory for them to go and learn math only today. If they want to do something, if they want to explore something, they have the freedom to go and choose that. Yeah. These are few of the processes that we have. Just a list of them. I'll take you through each one of them. Circle time. Do we remember how did we have our first morning, first 15-20 minutes of your school days? What did we do? Prayer. What else? Pledge. And then exercise. PT sessions ke days we would have exercise. What else? Newspaper information. Yes. What else? Did you have a strong bonding with your teacher? Or did you fear your teachers? Eventually you knew your teachers, but how many of us had the freedom to go and say, ma'am, मुझे आज नहीं पढ़ना, आज ये story नहीं सुननी, कोई और story सुना दो please. Yeah, we would not have that kind of freedom. But circle time is that precious time of the day that we really cherish, because that is one time the child gets to meet the teacher, spend time with the peers, know each other, build that social emotional skill which is required for them. So our teachers plan such interesting circle time activities through games, through conversations, which builds that bond which is required for them to sustain that whole year with them. We have peer teaching. Who says the adult in the classroom has the supreme power of getting all the knowledge? We do not. Yeah? We are just facilitators in the classroom who make sure that the learning has been enhanced. But peers, when we teach, when a little child, when a friend of mine comes and teaches me something, I can learn from him or her as well. And the child who's teaching feels the pride that okay, I am able to impart some knowledge to my friend. Individual development plan. Our teachers put in a lot of time and efforts to understand each child individually. The way we spoke about BI, it helps us to understand where the child stands, what strengths does the child have, and which are the areas where the child needs a little scaffolding. So individual development plans are those plans, this is just a sample I have shown here. Teachers make it for every single child and they share it with the parent to say that the parent also is on the same page and the parent is helping back at home for the child to achieve what is required. Book reviews. The love of reading is one of the best things to have. Yeah? When they learn stories, when they hear stories, when they can go and narrate stories, it makes them a good, it gives them a lot of skills for language. They understand the world from a different perspective. So when they come to the class bringing their favorite book and saying that I want to share this story today, it gives them the joy to share, "Hey, this is my favorite book. This is the reason why I love this book so much." And they inspire others to read the books as well. Assemblies. The space misses our kids here. Yeah, this is one place where kids used to come. They used to, whatever they have learned in a month or in a year, which they want to showcase the whole school, they would come prepare and showcase it in front of the entire school. Yes, ma'am. We have been doing online assemblies as well. Yes, some fabulous ones. Yes, everything has been happening online as well. Wellness program. Our PT sessions, did they look like this? No, right? तो drill होता था, सीटी बजती थी, हाथ ऊपर, hands down. This is how the wellness program looks over here. The teachers also take part in that, so it includes yoga, it includes the adventure park. So the kids look forward to such sessions with teachers. And parent intervention. So when you join us, when you're on board with us, it is not only us who's going to teach every time. We would love to have you on board to come on this side of the equation and be part of our learning journey with our children. If you want any skill, if you feel that you can come and make our kids happy, we would love to have you on board. This is one of the online parent intervention where kids did some experiment with a parent. Yeah, it does happen offline schooling as well. So please make sure you are actively participating in such events with us. These are the events that we have at Dgis. Last year we could not have all of them, but we've made sure we had multiple touch points throughout the year where kids got the opportunity to come on campus. We had farm fun, we had Dgis gym sessions for them. So they came on campus, they maintained that contact with us. We were not just left out to be the small icons on the laptop screen. The TLM program. This is one of the best things I think every school should have, and we are on the pathway of becoming a lighthouse school. The TLM program, through these characters, the stories that revolve around these characters, build such amazing attributes in children, which a regular schooling cannot give them. It teaches children to have gratitude. Okay? In today's world, when kids have so much exposure, they're so entitled to have things. They do not realize that, I'm blessed to have what I have. They feel, "Okay, तो मेरे पास होना ही चाहिए." So having the skill of gratitude is extremely important, which the TLM program helps build. Happiness, caring, being creative, being empathetic. Sympathy दिखाना सबको आता है. You can feel bad for someone, but stepping into someone's shoe and trying to comfort them is what takes them a step ahead. Being kind, at least being observant that someone is in pain or someone needs me. Just being there for them. Thinking, sharing, and being independent. Being independent, we're going to focus a lot, right? This time. Coming to the main part, which I'm sure you all are waiting for. Subjects that we offer. LKG has the same things: language, math, world around us, sensorial colors, concepts. UKG will have language arts, math, world around us, and global perspective. It is one subject which helps children look at the world from a different perspective and become good citizens. Grades 1 and 2 will have language arts, math, science, Hindi, and global perspective. How will our children learn? At Dgis, learning does not happen just inside the classroom. Even the space, the way the spaces are designed, they become the third teacher. Even if an adult is not around, the spaces are designed in such a way that learning happens continuously. So we make sure we have a lot of explorations happening. We have real life experiences, we have trips, we have experiments, we have problem solving happening, and we have a lot of rigor. After a point of time, rigor is very important. Unless a child does something a multiple number of times, they do not ace at that particular skill. Coming to basic details, communication, how do we communicate with each other? On daily basis, whatever is happening in the classrooms, we make sure we send a synopsis on Flake. In offline schools, Flake, but right now when we will be starting with the online schools, the sessions will happen on the Zoom platform and the communication and all the assignments will be posted on Google Classroom. The teachers will be helping you out with that. We'll have a session for that also, how to post, how to check the synopsis and everything. We'll be briefing you about that as well. If a child is unwell, we would appreciate an email to the HRT so that the teacher knows why the child is missing and for how long the child will be missing the session. Leave applications if you're traveling. Again, please send an email to the HRT mentioning the days that the child will be missing school. Please plan your holidays accordingly so the child is not missing sessions. We'll be sending the holiday list as well so you can plan your holidays accordingly. Transportation comes in mail ID. We'll also give you the phone number. So if you have any query when the transport begins, you can for transport queries you can contact us. If you want to visit the school, if you want to meet us in person, you can email us. With prior appointment, we would love to meet you and sort the problems in person with you. Etiquette for online sessions. This becomes extremely important when kids are here on campus with us. We know how to handle them, but when they're back at home with you, there's a lot of dependency that we have on parents. Yeah? So there's some very important things which you would want the parent to follow when online sessions are happening. Log in to the session 2 minutes prior. So if session starts at 9 o'clock, we would appreciate if you log in by 8:58 so that the child gets time to settle. You can start the session on time. People logging in between definitely is a disturbance for others as well. Refrain from feeding the child during the session. Please make sure child wakes up on time, has had some breakfast, is fresh so that you do not have to feed them during the session. They do not get to focus on what is happening in the sessions and even the other kids get distracted. Help your child follow the class protocol. So there will be some class protocols set by the teachers during the beginning of the sessions. Please help the child follow those. So if mera chance nahi aa raha, mama mera chance nahi aa raha, a teacher can see kids only in those small boxes. It is not intentional to miss out on any child, but yes, she will make sure that she is getting back to your child. Have your child also understand the same. Yeah? Have them understand that aayega aapka child. So raising your hand quietly will let the teacher observe that the child is raising his hand and the chance will be given to them. Attend the session regularly for the child to develop familiarity with the teacher. So initially it is going to be a difficult task because schooling is not what it is, right now with online platform. We want you to sit with the child at least for first few months so that the child is familiarizing with the way sessions will be conducted. Even if a child is not willing to sit, if they see the parents sitting and observing the session, they will start sitting for the session. So please spare that 45 minutes for your child, sit through the session so that the child also learns to do the same. Email or drop in a message. So if you want to communicate with the HRT, we'll be sharing the email IDs with you. If you have something in urgent, you can definitely call the teachers. They'll be available in call till 4 p.m. Later than 4 p.m., if anything, please drop in a message or an email. If it is urgent, teachers will definitely get back to you. Important numbers. The first two numbers, please right now save it on your phone, especially the communications. Any message which has to be sent from the school will be sent on a broadcast message. If you do not have the numbers saved, you will not receive the message. So please take 2 minutes and save the number, track the communications.
Ma'am, if you can just read the number because for the
number is 9099 99 1 1895. 9099991895. 909999.
The other
The other
number.
number is 9274 9274 022 444. 92740 That is for admin and transport purpose. The first number you saved is for communication. So any communication at a school which has to be sent will be sent through a broadcast message. So please save the number, only then you will be receiving the broadcast message from school. If there are any unresolved queries, you can happily contact me, Pooja, at the email ID is given here. We'll also be sending out our phone numbers. And for anything related to admin or accounts, Anshika ma'am will be one point of contact for you people. In case I am not available on campus, we have Shivani ma'am. Shivani ma'am, please come here. Shivani ma'am is one point of contact if I am not available for you in any case. Shivani ma'am is the academic leader here. So she's also a point of contact for you. We'll be sharing all these contact details with all of you. And to introduce our team, can we have nursery team here? Okay, this is the nursery team that we have. Neha, Madhu ma'am and Ritu ma'am. Neha ma'am is on a maternity leave. She joins us online right now. She'll be back on campus with us by June. Can we have the LKG team? Thank you, ma'am. These are LKG rock stars. Yeah, they're the HRDs. And Gauri ma'am. We'll be sharing, you'll be getting a detailed email about how the online classes will begin with their email IDs. So you can save them, you can have that kept for future use. And UKG. The UKG teacher, this is Rita ma'am, Ami ma'am, this is Neha Bajaj ma'am, Nancy ma'am, Lambu ma'am, and Rachna ma'am. This is the UKG team. Grade 1. This is grade 1 team. This is Nehu ma'am. She's also Neemal ma'am, but just to avoid confusion, we have given her a right name as Purnima ma'am and Khushbu ma'am. And grade 2. Thank you. Grade 2 is Soumya ma'am and Shatni ma'am. Yeah. So if you have any query, you can reach out to any of us. Yeah, the team will be more than happy to help you in every possible way. And Anshika ma'am? That is Anshika ma'am. All accounts, operations, queries, she's the point of contact for you people. Yeah? Okay, thank you. We have the classrooms set up, so if you want to go and see the classrooms, the teachers will be there. If you have any queries or concerns, you can speak with the teachers. The detailed plan of how the sessions will begin from 5th, the timetable and everything will be shared with you. And yes, we have two parents. We have two parents. So since we have spoken a lot about who we are, but unless it comes from a parent, you're nothing like that, right? So we have two parents who love to come and share their testimonies for us. Yeah, please come on. What's your name? Avni. Okay. This is Avni, and she's the mother of Rian. Rian from UKG. Okay. Thank you.
Sure. Good morning, everyone. I was exactly in your spot last year. A lot of competitions out there when you're out selecting school, right? The reason I selected this school, I'm just gonna say, because I'm sure, like, I know selections have been made, but we're still making sure that's the right decision, right? Because, like Neha ma'am said, we had our own battles just to get through. I had mine too, right? But this is the only school that treats your kids as an adult and you as a kid. Trust me, I've done my list. understand that we need to change. If we want our kid to succeed, it's not only kid that needs to make efforts, it's also we as a parent need to make efforts, right? From every session I have attended, I always had one takeaway for my kid on how I will behave. Again, education part is there, and I can go on and on about why approach here is better than what we have seen everywhere else. Who remembers writing 10 times one spelling in our schools? Everyone. I do not remember my kid writing single spelling more than one. And hence, yesterday morning, I was driving, I had a busy day at work, and I wanted, because I was not productive with him for the whole day, I had a busy schedule with my work. On my way back, I'm like, dude, can you give me this? I'll give you one title, and I'm telling you because I want you to know that that's how you're going to be in that journey. You'll be given a topic to your kid. I'm talking only 6-year-old boy, okay? He's given a topic, he's given only 4 words, okay? Because his writing imagination has not been kicked in yet, so minimum help suggested give him words, give him equations. He's writing tough words by just decoding, by just doing it. I did not have to, he did not know that word ever before in his life, and yet he could spell. Okay? So that's what we want. We don't want to spoon feed them. We need just to, like I said, facilitate. We need to enable them for the educational part, but not only educational, expressing emotions, first of all, but before expressing, knowing expressions, okay? And then expressing, and then respond, not to react, right? Take a pause and react. So all of whatever has been said, I have witnessed that. It's not only on students, it's like I have lived that. I've been only here for more than just 6 months. My transition was in between terms. My kid repeated LKG here, and I was 4 years I was confused if I did the right thing, because I'm changing schools, I'm repeating this one year, and there are a lot of opinions, you should do this, your kid is not. But then they said, you know what, he's not smart enough. I'm like, oh, I agree. Because they see something that he needed that. And now I couldn't even agree more, because the way he has done his activity again, I could see it. Okay, so like she said, leave them alone. They know what they're doing. Like she said, whatever they're here, I'm the first one to tell me, no, I'll be there. Just do that for your kid, and he will or she will blossom. And like I said, maybe one of you will be here next year saying the same story. That's all I have to share.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We have Ggis mother also with us. She's Ggis mother. We will tell you.
Will be done.
So I am Ggis mother. He's been here past 2 years, nursery and LKG both. And his mentor was Rupal ma'am, Rida ma'am. And firstly, I think I must thank Rupal ma'am and Rida ma'am, because what he is today is because of their efforts, their love, their affection. Initially, when he joined Dgis, I guess ma'am might be knowing, he was a crying baby, just cry. He simply didn't like to come in the new school bus, the new of the school, the new classroom, new friends. I guess 1 or 2 months he cried, ma'am. Simply used to cry. But slowly, gradually, day by day, he started loving the school. He started loving the atmosphere of the school. And then when he came back, oh, Mama, aaj humne ye kiya. Mama, we went to the back garden, we went to the jungle gym, both session. He started loving it. And we as parents, we felt happy. Oh, chalo, he's loving it, and the decision we took is very good for him. And the progress that we are seeing in him now by the time, the command on his language, initially he was weak at speaking English, right? But day by day, gradually, he is too good. I mean, he can just run away from ahead of me. Mama, आपको कुछ नहीं आता है. I know everything now. So
especially, doing everything virtually online, coping up. And initially they were in nursery, but now LKG, they have to hold the pencil, they have to write A. If kuch nahi aata, you don't know how to make a curve also. But by the end of the year, they are writing 3-letter words, they are learning, they are reading. Reading, I guess they have learned from the 7 habits. It has worked a lot. He loves reading the book of 7 habits. He has started becoming proactive. He has managed to do his things all by himself. And I guess the song, it's time for cleanup. They still sing the song, ma'am, while cleaning up all their stuff. Mama is not helping, Papa is not helping, Brit is doing the work. So it's been very good. I'm very happy with the school, and I really want to thank, it's all your efforts, ma'am, that what he is today and what he is today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much. It was great. Pratiksha ma'am, we missed you. Please come here. She's our art facilitator. All the beautiful art pieces that your children come back home with will be all her efforts. Yeah? She's Pratiksha. She'll be across key stage 1 for all of us. Thank you, ma'am. You can move around the spaces if you have not seen the jungle, or if you have not seen the Dgis gym. Would be more than happy to show you around that also. You can take a walk around the classrooms.
Just a note, we couldn't have parents for every teacher's class to come in and talk to you. So it's not just these couple of teachers who are rock stars. All our teachers are stars. So any of you mind if you're feeling, "Acha, meri teacher kaun hai?" Please put that to rest. All is well.
Thank you. Thank you.